Boy, when it comes to losing weight, don't you just wish that there was a magical pill that you could just take it and boom, the pounds are gone?
I would have that pill in my pocket all the time. Well, our next guest says she may have found the next best thing. Here to tell us what it is and how it works, we welcome the owner of Wyzetta Cosmetic Surgery and Spa. Dr. Lisa is back to Twin Cities Live. We love having you here. Dr. Lisa, nice to see you.
My pleasure.
Okay, so this is that HCG weight loss plan. So what is it and what do you love about this?
HCG is otherwise known as human chorionic gonadotropin. That's a great big mouthful. So HCG just suffices. But it's a natural occurring protein that essentially unlocks the key that's holding on to our fat. And especially those unwanted pounds around the abdomen, love handles, in regions that seem to be really resistant to weight loss.
And you get some pretty incredible results. Like, okay, tell us about Stephanie.
Transformations, unbelievable. So Stephanie, she's actually one of my nurses. And she started at about 230 some pounds. She lost over 30 pounds in her first HCG. And she's actually doing it right now. In 1 week, she's lost 12 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
So it's just falling off of her.
So it is something that you could do multiple times, should you want even more dramatic results.
Yes, that is possible. This is a medically supervised weight loss program, and certainly not something that you would otherwise do without medical supervision. And so we do watch patients very closely to make sure that they're in a safe zone.
And it's not a magic pill. There is some work involved that you have to do when it comes to lifestyle for this. So let's talk about the 4 phases. So the loading days are the beginning of this plan. What
These
do you do
sound
there?
awesome.
Yeah,
I like
I love
the
this.
loading days.
Yeah, so loading days is everyone's favorite. Loading is basically 2 days where you actually begin the HCG, but you're using or you're only eating foods that have high fat content in them.
Wow.
That's great.
Yeah.
Usually the foods that you
Fabulous.
would look at and say, oh, you know, a little too much fat.
Yeah.
Have another.
Right, right. One thing that should be avoided actually in the loading phase though is high carbohydrates and high sweets. Okay. Otherwise you may crash when you first go on the HCG. So things that are especially rich in fat.
Okay, then you go into phase 2, and that's the diet. Now this part is where it gets a little shocking for people because this is 500 calories a day.
Correct.
Ooh, lady.
Yeah,
Yeah.
help make sense of this for us.
Yeah. So it sounds like it's almost something that you wouldn't be able to do or achieve, but the actual diet itself is utilizing foods that are very natural, very clean. It's essentially like a paleo diet. You're utilizing lean proteins combined with lots of green leafy vegetables. The assortment of vegetables is large, very clean fruits, and minimal, if little or no carbs in the diet.
This is an example that people can see at home of what typical choices would be anytime you're eating lunch, and then the same thing happens there again for dinner, correct?
Correct. The important thing, though, to understand is what the power of HCG, why that's making a difference. HCG actually diminishes your satiety center, your hunger center, so it makes you feel full very quickly. And so these patients have diminished cravings. They don't feel like they are starving. In addition, the HCG, again, is unlocking your fat stores. Your body is using your fat stores as energy. And surprisingly, many people during the diet actually say they feel great. In fact, they'll talk about feeling more energetic and having more energy than other times in their lives.
Well, and that's the difference between, you know, just saying, oh, I'm just going to cut my calories down to 500 a day. If you do that, doesn't your body just go into like starvation mode of just trying to hold on to everything versus being part of this HCG where you have an additional component?
That is correct. And in fact, there are a lot of people who will just say, well, isn't it just a 500 calorie diet that's actually leading to the weight loss? In fact, it's not. If in fact you had just a 500 calorie diet, your body would hold on very tightly to your fat. And you would find that you wouldn't be able to lose as much or really quite minimally under those circumstances. Again, HCG is unlocking the body's hormonal control. It is lowering your insulin to the point that you are consuming your calories, your fat stores. And we have plenty of them. Many of us have gone on diets and we feel like we're shoveling in a snowstorm. We're going through all this work and yet you have no results. Again, your body is holding on very tightly to that fat. That's where HCG unlocks that hold.
Okay, before we see an in-person before and after, a couple more phases. Phase 3 is transition. What happens there?
You're expanding the selections. You're expanding the selections of protein, vegetables, fruits. You're not going crazy. You're not going back to chips and salsa and margaritas. And if you do that, you'll be back to square one. But the incredible thing is, it essentially is resetting your appetite. It's diminishing your carb cravings, your sweet cravings. And so at the end of that, you actually, your appetite has diminished and your desire for clean foods is there. It's really a clean detox program.
So then you get into phase 4, which is lifestyle management and maintenance. And so then you're increasing the amount of calories that you're having a day. And you brought in a patient who is in that portion, who has lost the weight with the HCG weight loss program and then is now maintaining it. Do you want to see her?
Yes.
Yeah, let's see her. Okay, let's bring out Karen. Okay, come on out, Karen. Here she is.
Hi, Karen.
Looking good and
Hello.
sassy in this little dress. Oh my gosh,
Now
Karen.
look at this. Obviously, you look great. You've done HCG and you're
have.
up and at 'em. You seem to be full of energy and feeling good. What did you like about this program?
Two things that I like the best, Dr. Erhard's support and all of her staff's support.
Yeah.
If I had any questions, I could get answers right away. And that's a really big deal because those 500 calories a day, it can be a little intimidating, but there's so much support. I also love the fact that the results are really fast. And, you know, conventional wisdom says, oh, that's not good. But it worked. I did it July 4th of last year. And I've maintained.
Wow. Okay, so we have a before picture of you too.
Yes.
And you lost what, about 15 pounds?
Oh, closer to 20,
Wow.
but yes.
Karen's in the middle here. Karen
I know.
did
Yes.
something. She just said, look, the heck with all of these old pictures. She got rid of them all. So we really had to go digging. We found that there in the middle. We also have an after picture, which is quite dramatic, I would say.
Look at that, sassafras.
Ew.
And
Now,
it-
was this 15 pounds just your body was just holding on to it, or had you tried other things?
I had tried many, many other things. I went through menopause.
Yeah.
I'm 57. And I went through menopause and I thought, I was about 52, 53. And I thought, okay, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to get the weight gain that you hear about. And I was seeing Dr. Erhard for hormones. But I started putting on a pound or 2 a week for a full year. Everything I tried, nothing worked.
And this is what made the difference. Karen,
Yes.
thank you so much. And
You're
Dr.
welcome.
Lisa, it's such a
Looking
treat to
great.
have you. And again,
Our
I mean,
pleasure.
if this is what your 50s is like,
Bring them on.
bring them
ready for it.
on. I love it, ladies. Thank you so much. Okay, if you want to learn more about HCG weight loss, head to a healthy happy hour at Wyzetta Cosmetic Surgery and Spa. It starts next Tuesday, the 19th. Call by Friday to RSVP. And then when you sign up for HCG and you mention Twin Cities Live, the evaluation fee is waived. That is a $100 value.
You can head to TwinCitiesLive.com for all of the details. And a big thanks to Wyzetta Cosmetic Surgery for sponsoring Twin Cities Live.
Thank you.